of people out there, tens of thousands of people.
I am being sincere. I'm being sincere.
Happy Friday, Houston. Steph Simmons here with Ron Trevino.
All right, Chita Craft and Jennifer Reyna, they're also along for the ride. Chita, let's start with you and that Arctic blast.
Oh, guys, it is looking
sleigh ride.
It's looking pretty promising that we are going to see a significant drop from Saturday night into Sunday morning. So today, this afternoon, in the mid to upper 60s. We're pushing towards 70 later this afternoon. Clouds are going to continue to build on in. Let's get into when these temperatures are expected to drop. It's Saturday night and into Sunday morning. You wake up Sunday at 7 in the 20s and 30s area wide. Notice potentially below freezing for most of the area Sunday morning. Once that cold front gets here, it is going to quickly drop our temperatures overnight and into Sunday morning. So freezing temperatures Sunday morning. When does the precip arrive? Late Monday, and I think even overnight into Tuesday morning could be the first signs of maybe a snow flurry or two. Snow, sleet, and ice still all on the table, but models have been consistent, at least over the past 24 hours or so, that it's trending closer into snow, but it is still too early for specifics. Jen will continue into this, but at least have a couple more mild days.
I think all the kiddos, whenever they hear that.
When is that cold weather blowing into town?
You know, you can clearly see over the next 3 days. This morning, you wake up and it's a very different story. And 7 tomorrow afternoon, 62. We're overall mostly dry. I would give about a 20% chance for maybe a light spotty shower after about 6 o'clock this evening. But overall, today you keep it mostly dry. It's just under cloudy skies. Sunday morning, Chevron Houston Marathon. You know, temperatures are going to be in the 30s, but it's going to feel more like the 20s thanks to those north wind gusts. So right now, I would say our confidence is fairly high that we're expecting not only a freeze, but setting up a hard freeze as we get into Tuesday and especially Wednesday morning. I think Wednesday morning will be the coldest morning of the 3 or 4 day stretch there. And then as far as the winter storm, I think there's still a little of an uncertainty exactly which winter precip lines up. We're going to have better confidence as we head into the upcoming weekend. But you want to keep in mind, this all begins Sunday morning, Jen, and lasts through about Wednesday morning to midday. I'll send it over to you.
And we have those Sunday closures.
Cheapo.
Cheap.
Oh.
Yes, we don't like that. Okay, so pizza and snow. Is that what we have this weekend? Pizza and snow?
And snow. Sounds like a good combo. I know, especially. We're talking about this timeline. I want you to think this is the possibility for that is mainly starting late Monday evening and into your Tuesday. Tuesday will be the primary day that we're going to monitor for the potential of any winter weather. So at this point, what we do know, cold temperatures are expected to begin Sunday morning. Hard freeze is becoming likely, especially Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, we could be in the low 20s to maybe even upper teens with dangerously cold wind chills. What is still fairly uncertain is the chance of the type of winter precipitation. So does that come in the form of sleet, freezing rain, ice, or snow, and how much potentially could accumulate? That is also going to make the difference on how dangerous the roads potentially could be. Now, when all this begins is overnight Saturday into Sunday. I think even late Saturday evening, about 8, 9 o'clock, you're going to notice a change in the atmosphere where you're going to notice, hey, it's starting to get cold. And then by Sunday morning, you wake up, walk outside, you're in the 20s and 30s with feels like temperatures in the low 20s, thanks to a strong north wind behind that cold front. Right now, most models are lining up. We have moisture and below freezing temperatures that are going to be pairing together is still the big question mark. So overall, temperatures today in the mid to upper 60s. Tomorrow, really comfortable, still in the low 60s. So now is the time to prepare. Get the supplies that you need in place. Temperature-wise, we go from 60s to 30s overnight for Sunday, and we're going to be starting off in the 20s and 30s, but most of the day on Monday, you're still staying in the 30s. So that means in the evening as temperatures drop, there could be some type of wintry mix in the form, again, of freezing rain, sleet, a few snow flurries, and that gets you into Tuesday. Tuesday, I think, is going to be the highest chance to see any accumulation, and then that hard freeze is expected as we get into Wednesday morning. So temperatures are going to continue to drop. I think the coldest mornings, though, next week will be Tuesday and into. You see the those temperatures drop on Sunday down to 30, mid to low 30s. That hard freeze expected to line up next week. So now is the time to prepare. On over to you.
And that means for
Here as well for weather and traffic. Cheetah, very important information on this timeline with the freeze.
Yes, and tomorrow afternoon, we're still expecting low 60s. Notice tomorrow morning, you're waking up in the 50s, and then boom, by Sunday morning, you're down near the freezing point, potentially at or even below. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, cold mornings to be expecting. And the confidence is high that we are expecting a hard freeze Tuesday and Wednesday morning, with Wednesday being the coldest. Current temperatures right now, mainly in the 40s, so it is chilly. You need your jacket, but not quite as chilly as what we were waking up to yesterday. Still down to 37 in Conroe, 37 in Cleveland. Now your Friday day part planner today, but check out your temperatures. Not bad. You're in the mid to upper 60s this afternoon. So if anything, today and still tomorrow are fairly comfortable. And then let me prepare you for the first day, Sunday, the Chevron Houston Marathon, Sunday morning. Temperatures are going to be in the 30s for pretty much the entire race, with feels like temperatures in the 20s. We have dangerous wind chills to be expected, not only Sunday, but getting into a big part of next week. Coming up in about 10 minutes.
All right, Cheetah, thank you.
We're so tired of the Chiefs. It's the same thing every year.
We love a good underdog story, too.
Come on, Texans, come on.
Now, I'm going to throw this out there, guys, because, you know, in Kansas City, digits tomorrow morning. 80 is going to be really, really cold. I think by the time of kickoff, temperatures are into the teens, but it is cold in Kansas City Saturday for our Texans players. While here in Houston tomorrow, we're going to be in the 60s. That's all ahead of our cold front and then that cold Arctic air that's on the way behind it. We go from 60s Saturday, waking up in the 50s, to overnight low temperatures, Sunday morning 30s, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, potentially hard freeze setting up, especially for Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, as far as the timeline and the chance for that winter precip, I still think confidence is, you know, kind of uncertain. We're still watching for agreements with both models and kind of the continuation of these models showing the same thing each day. They've still gone back and forth a little bit over the past 24 hours. Hard freeze looking fairly likely, especially Tuesday and Wednesday morning. I think Wednesday will be the coldest morning of next week. Jen, it looks like the best chance, though, for some winter precip. The combo of that is still uncertain, would be on Tuesday. Over to you.
I have a feeling.
Everybody, okay, let's get to Cheetah and that big chill.
Big chill. So it all our cold front arrives. We go from 60s Saturday afternoon down to the 30s Sunday morning. So what I'm tracking over the next couple of days, first will come freezing temperatures. Then second, the precip. So that moisture moves in, I think, late Monday and most of Tuesday. At this point, snow, sleet, and ice still on the table. I think it's still too early for specifics, but it does look a little more promising that that would take place Tuesday, maybe morning even to midday. Watch your future trek temperatures. So Saturday, hello 60s, and then once that cold front arrives overnight into Sunday morning, that Arctic air arrives quickly. It settles on in. So Sunday morning, you're waking up to 30s, but feels like temperatures, thanks to the winds, will be in the 20s. If you're participating in the Chevron Houston Marathon, 6 a.m., you're around 34 Sunday morning, 8 a.m., 36, and notice now 10, I have you staying in the 30s. Originally, I had us climbing pretty quickly into the 40s. I don't think that's going to be that case. So cold air settles in quickly and a little bit earlier than what I previously thought. Let's get into the different model runs. I know you see the combo there of sleet and even a little bit of snow. So still between the Euro and the GFS, the American model, they're still trying to go back and forth with either how much and the exact timing. But at this point, it looks like Monday evening through Tuesday, that would be your best. And you either see this on social media or on TV. Of course, the green is indicating rain. The pink is where you're picking up either some sleet or some ice. And of course, the white into the purple shading is some of the snow. Notice the difference, though, how much the accumulation. I think that's the difference. Tuesday. So our 7-day forecast, we go from 67 today, fabulous Friday, about a 20% chance maybe for a spotty shower this evening, then getting into Saturday to Sunday. This is all the start of these below freezing temperatures that will impact you. You know, I know on Monday for MLK Day, either some of you participating in parades, maybe it's a day of service, it is going to be cold. Some of our 20s could be feeling more into the low 20s. I want you to be prepared for a very cold Monday, but it still looks to be mostly dry at this point. We actually bottom out, though, with these temperatures in in the 20s, potentially low 20s Wednesday morning. That would be a hard freeze status there Wednesday morning.
I mean, it's rare.
Happy Friday, Houston. A lot of news to get to today, including that cold weather. We'll talk about it in just a second. For now, Steph Simmons here, Ron Trevino, Jennifer Reyna, and Chita Craft.
Yeah, let's get to that cold forecast.
Cold, I know. You know, it's chill 40s by the afternoon, mild, mid to upper 60s. What I'm tracking, freezing temperatures arrive Sunday morning. So after a mild day for the most part tomorrow, overnight into Sunday is when it all begins. The precipitation, the moisture arrives starting Monday evening. So MLK Day after about 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. And that continues through maybe early Wednesday. I think it's mostly going to be Tuesday at this point. Still snow, sleet, and ice are all possible. And I think it's still a little too early for specifics. Chevron Houston Marathon runners, or if you're participating, you're cheering someone on, it is going to be cold and blustery Sunday morning. You need to prepare for 30s. But Jen, Sunday morning, temperatures in the 20s.
All right, thank you for.
Expected by Sunday morning, a hard freeze expected. Notice especially Tuesday and Wednesday, but it all takes place beginning Sunday. So today, mild 60s, overnight 50s, and then it's a quick turnaround to those 30s by Sunday morning. Let's focus in on the Chevron Houston Marathon. 30s feeling more like 20s because of the winds. Winds are going to be gusting around 20 to 25 miles per hour. Now, to put things in perspective, we get cold Sunday, but it's dry. Notice it's chilly, blustery, windy. So even if you're heading out to support somebody in the marathon, you're going to be cold and it's going to be windy. Day. Notice I have a 20% chance, and when you're looking at temperatures in the 20s and 30s, I think the best chance would be late evening Monday and into Tuesday. Notice those temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday. Talk more about the potential of that wintry mix. Yeah, you see Tuesday highlighted coming up in about 10 minutes.
MLK Day next week.
It is. You know, kids are out of school a lot. K-Day, either to head toward a parade or maybe as an act of service. And Monday is going to be cold. This is going to be a continuation of Sunday with these temperatures near below the freezing point. I do think after 9 o'clock, temperatures climb above the freezing point. It's just when that moisture arrives, and it looks like potentially Monday evening, but I think it'll be after about 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. So when does that Arctic air arrive? It's Saturday night into Sunday. Saturday, tomorrow, you're in the 60s. Overnight into Sunday, you're back into the 30s. And not only 30s, but factor in the winds. We're going to get a strong north wind behind that cold front. So it's going to make those 30s feel like 20s. A blustery, cold, chilly, windy day on Sunday to be expected. So temperatures drop Saturday evening. Several nights we're anticipating temperatures in the 20s, potentially hard freeze Tuesday and Wednesday, and winter weather a possibility. Timeline is still a little to be determined, but I would say right now, higher confidence in late Monday and Tuesday would be the best timeline for a wintry mix there of any precipitation. So right now, confidence pretty high that we're expecting not only a freeze, but a hard freeze coming in Tuesday and Wednesday. Winter storm where we could see potentially over an inch of snow or maybe a half an inch of sleet coming in for Tuesday. Again, confidence is still fairly low, but models have been consistent now, at least over the past 12 hours. Yesterday, we had one little hiccup, but I'll show you the latest Euro run. Okay, at this point, notice where the green is, that's rain. Pink is where you've got the mix. Think sleet, freezing rain, or ice. And of course, that purple or white, that's indicating where snow could be. Euro and GFS are lining up a little bit better with the timeline of late Monday evening and into Tuesday. I'll step off screen so you can. Moisture is on the way with below freezing temperatures, and that's what gives us the wintry mix of precipitation. Best chance for that would be Tuesday. But Jen, I think the coldest temperatures will be Wednesday morning with that hard freeze lining up mid to low 20s.
All right, important.
Now at 6:30, preparing for a hard freeze. I'm showing you when frigid temperatures and even the chance for some winter weather are in the forecast.
Hey, let's get right out to Jen and a busy day on the.
And Sunday, today though, my goodness, we have great weather out there. We do have clouds in place. I'm expecting partly cloudy conditions throughout the day. Zooming in, thanks to our neighborhood weather network towards Cyprus. Notice we're in the mid 40s compared to yesterday. We got to tack on about 1 or 2 degrees. To first 60s this afternoon. We kind of push repeat tomorrow. We're talking 60s Saturday afternoon. And then this cold front swings through, and that's what will drop our temperatures Sunday morning. You wake up near or below the freezing point. Freezing temperatures with strong winds will actually feel more into the 20s even Sunday morning. So you want to have all your preps in place by Saturday evening before that really cold air arrives. Watching next week. So again, temperatures drop Saturday. Several nights where we could see temperatures in the 20s. And guys, that winter weather is still a possibility, especially coming in for Tuesday. Timeline on that in about 10 minutes.
boots and gloves, everything.
Everything on standby. You're right about that. And it all begins Saturday night into Sunday. So you're waking up Sunday morning to near or below freezing temperatures. The moisture arrives late Monday. So think dry conditions Sunday, dry conditions for most of the day on MLK Day on Monday. But the precip arrives Monday, could last even through early Wednesday morning. Snow, sleet, ice, all possibilities. So watch the forecast very carefully through the upcoming weekend. It's too early for specifics, but I think that timeline is honing in on Tuesday. Again, as early as late Monday and as late as Wednesday morning. Temperatures dramatically drop. Saturday afternoon, we're in the 50s and 60s, and then you're waking up Sunday 30s. It's the hard freeze potential, though, especially Tuesday and Wednesday morning with dangerous wind chills. Let's talk more about the wind chills starting for Sunday. Chevron Houston Marathon. Do I have any runners up early? Maybe some supporters watching right now. Temperatures are going to start off in the 30s. I previously thought we would climb to the 40s pretty quickly. I don't think so. This cold punch of Arctic air is going to settle in. 30s are expected throughout much of the race. Feels like temperatures in the 20s, and that's all thanks to that strong north wind behind the cold front. So what I can tell you now, confidence is high that we're expecting freezing and potentially hard freeze Tuesday, Wednesday. Guys, we'll dive more in on the possibility of that winter precipitation Tuesday afternoon coming up in just a little bit. I'll send it over to you.
Yeah.
We are joined by the one and only Texans legend, Owen Daniels, where we want to be champions. Saturday afternoon, we're going to get there. All right, first we're going to talk football, and then we're actually going to talk weather. But okay, what do the Texans need to do versus the Chiefs?
We need to bring that defense that we had last week.
Okay.
That defense performance.
A meteorologist. You love to track the weather. So, with the Texans heading to KC, a big conversation is the weather. I mean, 60s here.
Yeah.
But you tell me, what's the forecast? What are we looking at?
That's a little different. It's going to be chilly and it's going to be windy. That's the thing. Cold is okay. Whenever we were playing, when I had to deal with the cold, no problem, which is everything like that. And you get on the field and it's like a whole different story.
And it's an open air stadium.
It is.
You know what? You spent 10 years in the league. You've played in a lot of cold weather games. Yep. What is something that players do? What are tips that players do to handle the cold?
On the football. So there's like little creams you can put on, but really it's like I learned to use a cold water wetsuit.
Oh.
That was cut off at the sleeve.
See,
and
all
so
these things you would never know.
I didn't learn it until I went to Denver. So it's not something you learn here.
Dude, you got a Super Bowl ring, right?
We did.
We wanted to see it in the studio, but that's okay. We'll forgive you the first time. We may put you on the green screen, though, too, to give us a little weather. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Owen, thank you so much for joining us so early this Friday morning. We're all excited for the Texans and coming back champions.
Go Texans.
All right. We'll see you right after the break.
Oh,
yeah. We do have some precip on the move. I think the timing is still a little TBD, but that's what we're carefully monitoring. Now, we have mild day today, mild day tomorrow. Notice the big temperature swing happens by Sunday morning. Sunday is when I'm expecting these temperatures to go from 60s down to the freezing point, low 30s. Factor in the north wind. It's going to be a really blustery day Sunday here locally. Feels like temperatures pretty much area wide. 20s. It's a big day for a lot of people, maybe participating, cheering someone on, or running in the Chevron Houston Marathon. 30s, feeling more into the 20s starting on Sunday. And that's going to carry for several days. Now, let me give you the latest model with our European model here. Both the Euro and the GFS are starting to line up with moisture overlapping below freezing temperatures. So notice on the map here, when you see the green, that's rain. The pink is indicating maybe some sleet, maybe a little ice. And of course, the white, the little bit of purple there is indicating snow. So anytime moisture overlaps with below freezing temperatures, you can get a combo of all the above. I think we're still going to have to watch this through the weekend to watch with that would be late Monday and into your Tuesday. Primarily think they're Tuesday early to midday. All my allergy sufferers, I have some good news for you. Drop and a hard freeze on the way. That will probably change. So over the next 7 days, there's a lot of changes in this forecast. Mild day to day, not bad, partly cloudy, maybe a 20% chance of a spotty. She go from 50s and 60s, mild, to 30s, cold, blustery Sunday. Monday in parades, I think Monday morning, you're going to be in the mid to low 30s. Still feels like temperatures in the 20s. And then, guys, we get the coldest Wednesday, but the best chance, I know, Ron and Steph, you're asking about snow, would be on Tuesday. Over to you.
All right, snow. All right, thank you.